One of the most important aspects of learning how to train our brain is understanding the concept of working memory. It's part of our short-term memory, and knowing how it works is a really big deal. Keep watching. I'm going to show you how Jesus addressed this idea about training our brain and a modern-day technique that we can use to start doing it more ourselves. Hi, my name is Shawn Sommerkamp, and this is Motivationeer Christian Coaching. I post 2 videos a week, so please like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon so you can be reminded when I do. Please also consider becoming a member at Motivationeer.com. Your membership really supports this channel. Thank you. Most people don't realize that working memory only lasts about 30 seconds. That's why when you're reading a book and you've got a really long line that keeps wrapping around or keeps scrolling, before the sentence ends, you start to kind of lose track of where you are. This is also why these very short videos on YouTube are just so stinking popular. Here's the downside to that. If we don't take the time to get information from our short-term or working memory of our short-term memory into long-term memory, we're not going to grasp or understand it. It's not going to be a part of our long-term learning system that we can use to bring into the present. It's not there. It never makes it there. Jesus addresses this in a very interesting way. In general, I think he mentioned this in the synoptics, the 3 synoptics, but not John. This idea that he who has ears to hear, let him hear. Many of you will be ever hearing but never understanding, ever seeing but never perceiving. We know he was quoting Isaiah. What's interesting is, in one of the great examples, the best one ever, and I forget which exact place it's in now in these synoptics, but Jesus talks about the 4 soils. The hard compacted soil, the rocky soil, the thorny soil, and then the really good soil. After that parable, he went away from the crowds, and the disciples kind of hustled up to him and said, "Hey, Jesus, what does this mean?" Unbelievably, in that moment, Jesus said, "The knowledge of the kingdom of heaven, the secrets of the kingdom of heaven have been given to you. But to everyone else, they'll be ever hearing but never perceiving, ever seeing but never understanding." I think I might have got those mixed up. Here's the thing. I'm not saying that Jesus was scientifically talking about working memory, but if the disciples did not come up to him after and ask him, "Hey, what does this mean? Explain this to us," and take the time to delve deeper into gaining an understanding, it would have left their short-term memory and they would have never learned it. This is the idea of how to train our brains. It literally means to take longer looks and deeper dives into information that we want to retain. If we don't do that, we're not going to retain it. Yeah, we'll know kind of little fleeting memories of it, but this is known as the availability heuristic, and it's not a good thing. Availability heuristic is when we think we know something because we can access a few pieces of information very quickly in our memory. That's not a good way to communicate to others or to take a stance or to have a difficult discussion, because we think we know, but we really don't. So I did a video about this during our Zoom session a few weeks ago. It's now July-ish. So I probably did it back in early June, where I went into a very deep dive about a modern day technique that we can use in order to get our learning enhancement cranked as high as we can. I'm not going to go into the details of it in this video. If you want to know more about it, please go to my video, my membership page, and become a member, and you can watch that. The key, though, and I think the most important thing, understanding from Jesus, pursue understanding. Dig deeper. Go below the surface. We want to be disciples that are ready for meat, not just still feeding on milk. We want to, if we hear something that's, let's say, disturbing to us, go do some investigation. That's what we want to do. That's what I'm trying myself to keep myself doing. Eventually, what happens with me might happen to you. I get caught into this idea of, man, I want to learn everything, and we just can't, which means we will want to prioritize. With humility, however, if we haven't prioritized an area to deeply understand it, let's have the intellectual humility in the moment, even though we know we have a few little data points, to not speak about it as if we do. And if someone asks us, hey, do you know anything about this? Just say, you know what, I know a little tiny bit, but I've never done any real research into this. This is going to kind of help save us. But if you really want to learn a little bit more about how to train your brain, please go to my membership site, become a member, and go to the video, How to Train Your Brain, and you'll learn a lot more. In the meantime, keep pursuing Jesus for that deeper understanding, and God will give it to you. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for 2 new videos each week. Tell me in the comments below about your career situation, and I'll make a video for you with a shout out. You can also become a member at Motivationeer.com. Your career is not just a way to make a living, it's a way to transform the world.